Before I get into all that, we gotta first start with the controller settings. When it comes to the Pro Stick function, definitely recommend you to have that on default. Don't just put it on dribble moves only, but when it comes to the passive dribble hand switch, disable this. You do not want to have that on, but also another thing you want to take off will be the auto lob to receiver. This is another thing. This is why your passes are maybe floating in the air when you're trying to pass the ball to your teammates as they're on the move. So make sure you take those two things off. And today I'm going to show you various types of dribble moves that you can end up using no matter if you're on a small guard comboing up with a high or low ball control, or even if you're on a 6'6" build that you want to end up really getting in your bag and really get glitchy in, I can end up helping you out with that as well. But even if you're on a bigger build and you want to do the standstill dribble, there's going to be dribble moves in today's video, and we can't forget about the bigger builds of 6'10s and up, ranging from a 55 ball handle all the way to a 75 ball handle, for you can be able to get to the rim and get a shot off. Now we're going to start off with go-to shots that are very important, a lot of people sleep on. Now if you're on a smaller guard and you want to try DeLon Wright, this is one of those ones you can get a decent speed boost out of, like the Kevin Durant go-to shot from NBA 2K25. Now we got Jalen Suggs. Now I use Jalen Suggs a lot. This is one of them favorite ones to use, especially when it comes to combo and especially on those bigger builds that's under 6'10. These is one of those moves that I like to do and mix it up with the actual breakdown combo to really get in my bag. Then we have Jordan Poole go-to shot, which actually creates a decent amount of space, and you can really get shifty off this if you combine the moves together and actually time it at the right time. Then we got Darius Garland. This is the one I use a lot on my smaller guards. If you notice, even from last year, I like using Darius Garland go-to shot because literally off the dribble or even off the catch, you get a nice little move and it also creates a lot of space. Then we got Kyle Kuzma for my bigger builds at 6'5" and up. Make sure you guys have the mid-range or three-point rating to unlock these. That's very important to unlock these go-to shots. It doesn't matter about your ball handle, it's all about your shooting rating. And for a go-to shot you don't want to sleep on, you definitely want to try out Bryce. Bryce is one of those ones that's nice, especially for the bigger builds like the 6'8" and 6'7". And y'all already know Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, if you're on those bigger builds, you got an 87 mid-range and things like that, use Kevin Durant. It's actually still the same as 2K25, but if you don't have a high mid-range or three-point rating, the highest you can get to is a 79, use Paolo Banchero, especially if you're on a build that has long wingspan or you just end up getting your mid-range up or your three-point up only as a 79. Now that I just show you some of the best go-to shots, I'm gonna end up showing you some of the best hop jumpers you can use. Now a lot of people sleep on hop jumpers, and hop jumpers this year is really effective like they was last year, but we're gonna start out with Klay Thompson, as you can do the Klay Thompson glide that creates a lot of space. Then we got DeMar DeRozan. Now if you want to use DeMar DeRozan, it's nice, especially if you know how to combo and you can end up triggering your hop steps anytime you want. You can create a lot of space. Now if you're someone that likes to do triple threat, try Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum for triple threat is just disgusting. If you know how to work in the triple threat and you know how to, you know what I'm saying, do the jabs and stuff like that, finesse it with Jason Tatum hop jumper, you create space like no other. Then we got Zach LaVine. Now Zach LaVine, it could be a hit or miss based on how you play. Now you got to really know your timing when it comes to actually activating or triggering these moves. Just like Stephen Curry. If you end up know how to trigger this Stephen Curry hop step, you can create a lot of space. You can even get ankle breakers off these as well. And if you don't got a high enough shooter rating, you can always use normal. I even use normal on most of my builds. Even if I want to switch it up here and there, I still end up going right back to my normal hop jumper, but it does create a decent amount of space. You just got to know when and where to use it. And then we got Dirk Nowitzki, if you want those taller builds of 6'10" and up, to end up having a 78 rating to unlock that. Or you could use Nikola Jokic. Now Nikola Jokic is nice as well, but you only need to have an 84 rating, which is going to be on the higher end for especially for a bigger build, unless you have a small wingspan. Now that I just show you some of the best go-to shots and some of the best hop jumpers you can use in NBA 2K26, now we're going to end up getting into the real dribble moves. We'll start out with the dribble styles. Now with dribble styles, they end up adding a new one of Darius Garland. If you remember from NBA 2K25, Darius Garland was the best dribble style to use on small guards, but this year it has a hitch in it, so I wouldn't even recommend it. And Ja Morant is still faster. Ja Morant for small guards, as long as you got that 85 speed with ball, definitely put Ja Morant on your build. It's no reason that you don't got Ja Morant dribble style on your guard build. Now for my 6'5s all the way to 6'9s, we already know Zach LaVine is number one. No matter what, 6'6", 6'8", Zach LaVine. I wouldn't really want to try nothing else, but if you do try something else, try DeJounte Murray. Now DeJounte Murray, you need to have a higher speed with ball, which you're going to have to be around the 6'6" or even the 6'7" range to even unlock this. But for my 6'10s and up, if you want a dribble style that's the fastest in the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is literally the fastest dribble style you can use, especially for those bigger builds, without having to have a high speed with ball. Or you can just try use normal or Kevin Durant if you want to end up doing that. Now that I just showed you some of the best dribble styles for any build, you're going to end up showing you some of the best size ups that you can use. Now Mike Conley just dropped for the season. It's cool, it's decent. I definitely recommend you to stick what you're using over Mike Conley, but it's nothing really like too crazy so far. But for my big builds, y'all know Tracy McGrady, T-Mac, If you're on that 6'6", that 6'8", and you have an 85 ball handle, definitely try to use T-Mac as your actual size up. Now you can use Jaime Hopkins as well, which you only need a 69 ball handle to end up using this dribble move, which is actually clean and one of those underrated like size ups to use on the game right now. Then we got Scoot Henderson. Scoot Henderson, I definitely want y'all to try this out, even for your bigger builds like the 6'6s, the 6'8s. Now a lot of people want to end up trying this out. I definitely would say try it out.